Stand back. I'm almost through.
Hey, you did it, man.
Having a little problem with the buttons. That's the way it goes. Hey, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Let's see. Who do we have here in the chats? NANA, hello. Daryl M, hello. Alien X Gaming, I see that you've landed a pretty big fish. Couple big fish in your interviews. I'm a little jealous, I must say. Jessica G, how you doing? Who do we have here? Stephen Paul, very good to see you. It's me, Mario Ruiz. Says it'll be 2:30 a.m. for me. Excuse me, have to watch it tomorrow. All right, well, hello tomorrow. JL Warren says he's first, but he's over there, I don't know, being some kind of flurf thing on Team Skeptics channel. How's everybody doing? We are on the eve of, let's see, rump roast. Can we call it rump roast? Does that work? Rump roast? Oh, man. I don't want to get to FFS. 3 live streams at the same time. Who's the other one? I know Team's got one going, but I've got one. Who am I missing? Who's got Mick Toon. Yes, I know it's MC Toon. Yeah. How's that going over there? Is he I can't do it anymore. I don't know if I just can't do the debates, the flat earth debates. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Alien X. Why not? Why not what? Why can't I do the flat earth anymore? I don't know. I don't know. Why not MC Toon? Yeah, MC Toon is good. Yeah. I like MC Toon. I think he's one of the more intelligent, but it's just, I don't know. I just can't do it. Listening to people bash themselves in the face with a fucking 4-iron. I don't know. It's, yeah. So what's going on? Let's see here. JL's on Team's channel being the alien ghost defending the Hollow Earth entrance in the Mariana Trench. I'm so glad it started. Oh, that's fun. Team is debating ghosts with JL. Yeah, I've been in and out of that stream. Well, very good there, Alien. Yeah. So you've got let's see here. You've got Simon Dan coming on your interview channel for soon in February. I have been trying to get him to do an interview with me for like 3 months now. He just ignores me. I think I made him mad with my last video, or my room 904. JL also hates science. You really need to watch that stream at some point. Which one? The MC Toon or the Team stream? I've been watching the Team stream. I've been in and out of that one. Because I like JL and I like Team. JL hates math as well. I have to be honest. I was not the best at math in school. Was not really good. I know. I'm just not ready to do that, Alien X. I'm not ready to do that yet. It's pretty strong. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't very good at math going in school. I was more of a literature, English, reading, that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, it is. It is well done, asshole. I'm just kidding. I don't hate you much. JL always takes a roasting, but here's the thing: JL can handle it, and that's what I like about JL. He knows we're all just kidding with him, most of the time. Anyway, so earlier Jessica G asked me if I was going to make this a weekly thing. I think so. I think Tuesday night 8:30 is going to be something to kind of give me a little more content in between the shows and whatnot. But I wanted to get on here tonight. Ma, no, you didn't miss the debut. We're right now. Come on. Anyway, I'm looking at the monitor. He's on a rant about something now. Oh, it really? JL's over there. Oh my goodness. Once JL gets started, I didn't ask JL the big question. I will tomorrow on this stream. I want to know if he believes in interdimensional vampires. No, he won't. No, he always, and that's what makes JL such an awesome target, Daryl, is that he always defends himself, and he feels the need that he has to defend his position. So yeah, he's gonna as soon as somebody says, "Oh, you believe in ghosts," he's gonna do the head shake thing. Or, I don't believe, and then he's gonna go on about ghosts. Oh, hey, Alien X, make sure you share that link in the side chat here because that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm gonna check that out with Aaron Raw. Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron Raw. My mistake. Oh man. All right, so who's ready for tomorrow? Tomorrow could be kind of interesting. Well, no, tomorrow is going to be interesting. We have the inauguration that Trump said he's going to skip, and Joe Biden said, please skip it. It's the first time in, I think, like 150 years that the sitting president missed the inauguration. Yeah. The beard shake. This one here? I don't know. My, what's this? I didn't fuck that up. Never called him Aaron. Good. Yeah. I think he politely, I don't even know if he does said anything. I've heard people call him Aaron before, and one of them was, who was it? Was it Kent Hovind? Kept calling him Aaron. He politely corrected him, said my name is Aaron, which is pretty cool. Should be in bed already, but I might make it to that. We'll see. Well, here's the thing. If you're overseas, you'll be able to catch the highlights on your news. Daryl, I hope it goes well for us also, because there have been a lot of rumors about this, that, and the other. Oh, there's going to be some more like bullshit that happened on the 6th, but we'll see what happens. They've already caught one guy trying to, sneak in with a firearm to the, whatchamacallit, inauguration, one of the inauguration places. It's, whatever. Just get rid of this. Like I said, I like rump roast. JL's the only ghost-denying ghost believer I've ever met. Hey, there's me, Ma. Let's do it. The reflection pool is beautiful. What a great way to honor those who have succumbed to COVID. I'm not familiar with this. What am I missing? What is this? Send me a link. Send me a link, Ma. Now, I just kind of got this wild hair. Let's see. It's kind of weird because I got a wild hair up my ass about building I've always kind of wanted to have a little log cabin kind of getaway place. And my mother lives on a place where that's possible. At least she has a lot of land area and it's really nice. And I like it. I try to get up there every year. I didn't get to go last year, which is really upsetting. But I'm going to take a long weekend and go up there probably in March. By the way, Ma, hopefully it's not snowing too bad. Maybe I'll scout out a place, but I want to build a cabin on her on her mountain. I think it would be awesome place to kind of get away and get out in nature, build with my own hands. It'd be fun. Anyway, that should be fun. Jessica D says, Johnny O, you're a rational person. Is it weird doing a weekly podcast with a guy that believes in ghosts, a Trump apologist, and a fat old guy that loves cricket? It is a little weird, but I think that's what makes the show so much fun, is that the diversity. At the plot hole, you got me out of the live stream with Team Skeptic and JL Warren. Well, I appreciate you coming to see me. I really do. Tina Jones, hello. Let's see here. Daryl M says, I didn't realize I had a handgun in my console and 500 rounds in the back. Well, you know, that's a Barry Switzer excuse. Those of you who are old enough to remember the Barry Switzer debacle. Jeez. They lit up the reflection pool outside of the Lincoln Memorial. That's cool. Alien X, I know you love wood in your hand. That's funny. Did the stream die? No, stream's not dead. Yeah, sounds like a long time video tutorial on how to or not to build a cabin. That's one of the things I like, right? So Alien X kind of reminded me how much I miss watching those types of videos of people building cabins in the woods and shit. I don't know why. I just like watching it. It's fun to watch. But probably because I've always wanted to have something like that, just a place to go that I can just get away from most of the technology. You know, I still like to have a little bit of heat in there, but whatever. But yeah. So I've been watching a lot of that stuff. Maybe I'll film myself failing at building this cabin. We'll see. Let's see here. Just you, Alien X. And yes, it will probably be snowing. Snowing in March still. That's funny. Let's see. Oh, okay. There's the Biden and Harris hold vigil for 400,000 COVID-19 dead as bells toll across U.S. video. Yeah, man, that's a beautiful memorial. I just wish we didn't have to, do that because people don't. Well, I'm not going to get started on that because I want to have fun today. Let's have some fun. So I finally got a few of my parts and pieces for, I guess it was the last few pieces of the rig, the camera rig. So I'm looking forward to getting that out and about. Here's part of it. Let me show you. I think I've showed you guys part of it. I need to come finish your dog room too. Yeah, I know. I need to get up there and finish out. What do I have to do? I have to build am I building a wall? What am I doing? I never remember. Anyway, so here's part of my rig. I don't have the camera on here, obviously, because it's back there. It's not what I'm using here, but anyway, it's set up for video recording for the show. But yeah, part of my rig here. And I finally got my 35 millimeter cine lens. It's really nice. You know what? Just put it down here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that out there and using that, filming some beautiful Colorado scenery. Yeah, lots of fun. So I have a lot of plans for that stuff. Let's see, what else we got going on? I don't know. Who knows? What are we doing? I never know what I'm doing. There we go. That's a little better. Anyway, I don't drink enough water. Tape in bed, flooring, and trim. I gotta do flooring. Damn it. All right. Trim, that's the easy part. Tape in bed. Did I leave my tape up there? I think I did. The good tape. The stuff that you don't have to mud. I mean, you mud over top of it, but you don't have to mud to put it down. So that's good. I think I did, which is good. Tape in bed. That's no fun. I like that. Can't wait to see the videography. I am looking forward to. I did took a couple of text pictures of the kids and my wife, and a little bit of video here. The upcoming YouTube documentary, I'm going to use that rig to get some good, video footage for that. I'm going to I'm going to video like a conversation between myself and Erica about this. I know you've got mud. You live on top of a mountain. All I have to do is rain, and you got tons of mud. But so I'm going to use that. I'm probably going to rent another camera. I'm eventually going to buy a Blackmagic Pocket Cine 4K. I'm eventually going to buy one of those. So all of you who are patrons and channel members, that's where I'm saving all that money that I get. All that's going to go into a big fund. Hope whenever I make enough, that's what I'll purchase with it. So. And then, of course, I've got some other things that I'm working on. I'm working on upgrading computer parts and whatever, all the things that people do to make better content, I guess. Mom, you got mud. You guys still over there looking at Team Skeptic. Are they still going? My goodness. How many times can JL deny that he is Are there guests due on tonight? No, not really. I never really like plan the Tuesday things out. I kind of just jump on here randomly. If somebody says, "Hey, I want to jump on," then I'll bring them in and we'll figure something out. But yeah, don't have any guests right now. I have guest spots. That's what you see this little black squares for. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, all the goals that I have. Oh, my mother says, by the way, hi everyone. Hope you are enjoying the streaming. Mama's so nice. She was so nice. Talking about pineapple on pizza now. Lord have mercy. Look, some people don't like it. Some people do. It's just that thing. It's that one of those. Send me a link, says Alien X Gaming. I tell you what. You know what? Alien X, you've been really, let's see, you've been really knocking it out of the park. Let's see here. All right. Boom. Let's get you on here. All right. Give me a second there, Alien X. I'm kind of curious to hear about your whatchamacallits, your interviews. I was the first, and I will say that I was the first Alien X interview, so I get to fly that flag. Nobody cares, but I was first. How is your mom not a mod? Oh, yeah, it's true. What, you can't mod? Looks like you can now. All right. Let's see. Let's do this really quick. We're going to attempt to do this, and hopefully it doesn't crash this motherfucker because I'm not plugged in. You don't embarrass me, Ma. You don't embarrass me. Not at all. You're my ma. What? Our old partner mascot was an elf named Discord stuff. There's that. Boom. We're going to call it a new one. Sorry, guys. There we are. So let's add that source there. All right, Alien X incoming. All right, cool. Let's see. No, you won't, Ma. You can't. You can't embarrass me. I embarrass myself. All right. There we go. Let's see here. I don't have to go on, man. Sorry, Mom. What? Yeah. Oh, so Daryl says you care a little bit. I think it's pretty cool that I got to be the first. Got to be his warm-up act. Something on the screen. Oh, yeah. I'm working on getting this, whatchamacallit, put in here, so we'll just move this over Chera. Right there. Yep. If Colon were watching me right now, he would be very upset that I did not have this set up all professionally. I haven't fixed this one here yet, so. There we go. Let's see here. There he is. I think. I see a spinning thing. He's spinning. All right, let's get you in there. All right. Hello. Oh, I don't see you there. I hear something.
Can you hear me yet?
I can hear you. can they hear you? They probably can because I need to do this. Whoop, wrong button. Can you hear me? I'll take that as a no. No, I don't want to do that. How can you not hear me? Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Probably because
I hear you on the stream.
You hear me on the stream? That's good that you hear me on the stream. But how's that? Is that better? No? No? Can't hear me? Let's see here.
I don't know. I only hear the stream.
Only hear the stream? That's not good. You should be able to hear me in this thing here. OBS Ninja. Let's turn it off, turn it back on. How about now? No?
Wait for it. Try it.
How about now?
I can hear you. All right.
Sweet. All right, there we go. Now let's make sure they can hear you. And they can because I have you muted, but monitor only. No, we want to. Boom. Now they should be able to hear you just fine.
Excellent. How you guys doing?
Let me make sure I can hear you. Say some witty stuff.
So I heard that the plot hole was really a deep hole that they buried. No.
All right, now they can hear you. Look at you, Mr. I've got all the good interviews.
Sorry. Love you.
Don't be sorry. You're supposed to get those things, man. That's pretty cool. I like the fact that you didn't allow any bullshit to get in your way to go after some big fish, because you went after some pretty big fish pretty quick, and I got to say, I respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy that they are willing to help out or willing to do it. You know, because I'm a nobody. You know, and I say that in the emails that I send these people. You know, and then when I get something back, I'm like, you know, I get all like stoked. I'm like, yeah, you know. But it's been an experience so far, man, and I hope to keep it going.
Yeah, they're saying there's an echo, so I think I fixed it, but we'll see. If it doesn't fix, then only Alien is echoing. Still, is he still echoing?
I don't know. Every now and then I hear you kind of sound transformery, but
that's because I'm more than meets the eyes.
Maybe I got too much shit open. I'm not streaming, and I'm already done.
No, I don't think it's you. It's not you. It's me.
Oh, you breaking up with me now?
No, never. I wouldn't do that.
You gave me the "it's not you" line. No.
How's that better? Oh, that's great. Sistina just fixed. Much better. Good. All right. I hope so. I hope they can still hear. Hope everything is good. All better, says Daryl Am. All better, says Mayma. Federer, echo. Very good. Both sound good. Awesome. So yeah, you went after some big fish really quick, and my goodness, that's amazing. I love the fact that you said, Simon Dan, you will be on my show, and he did.
Your audio is cutting out on my end, man.
That's because I'm a bad mofo. No? Didn't work? No?
I can't understand.
You can't understand me?
Yeah, it's like...
That's because your audio sucks. Your internet is bad.
Dude, I got gigabyte speed, man. I'm good.
I don't have gigabyte speed. I have bullshit AT&T.
No worries, man.
So anyway, tell us about your idea and why you thought that this is what you were going to do.
All right. Well, basically, I'm doing these interviews to get to know the people that I support. I'm also doing these videos to help them hopefully put on their channels so that their supporters know who they're talking about. Because I mean, everybody can see content from people and like the content, but do they know who the creator is? And that was, I don't remember where the hell the idea came from or whatever, but so far it's been pretty cool. I got some good leads out there. I've got some good responses so far. A few things coming up here, and I was damn surprised when I got the email today from Simon. I was like, sweet. But obviously he's a busy man. Obviously, most of the guys that I'm trying to get a hold of are busy. So when even if they just respond, I mean it's pretty awesome. Just to have an interaction even on an email. I don't even give a shit.
Right. And you got Arn Raw. That video, it comes out in about an hour, right?
About 40 minutes, give or take.
Okay, cool. That's
so
awesome.
That one, it was good. It was I think it was he's the longest one so far. It's like 45 minutes or something like that. But
he's got a lot to say.
He does. He does go off on a few different tangents here and there, but whatever. It is what it is. But he is a very, very interesting person.
Yeah, he doesn't live too far from me either.
What's that?
He doesn't live too far from where I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's over here in
cool.
the DFW area as well.
Mm.
So
cool.
So far, who's been your most interesting, for whatever reason, interview?
Most interesting interviewer?
Yeah, who's the most interesting person? Or what's been the most interesting interview? Be it the most surprising or whatever.
Well, I knew a lot of the stuff already about Aaron, so I was just more nervous to talk to the guy. But as far as like the most interesting things that I've learned about people, I did like Tony's interview was cool. Commander Darklight's interview was cool. So pretty much, I mean, everybody so far has been just an awesome person to talk to.
Yeah.
And I guess you included, I guess,
But, well, yeah.
But it's been super fun, man. It's really been a good time. And I'm definitely looking forward to continuing doing what I'm doing at the moment. I'm, like I said before, I'm not really doing it for me per se at this moment, because I'm not a big YouTuber at all. I got 130 subscribers now, but since I started doing these interviews, I think I've gained probably at least 40, 45.
That's cool.
So it's cool.
Well,
man.
When you start putting out the Simon Dan ones and the Arn Raws and whatnot, you'll get a little more traction, and you'll see that channel of yours grow. I'm telling you, man. You got, like I said, that's like the level of interviews you've had on there has been it's pretty cool. Like I said, I've watched all of them, even the one with Commander Darklight.
Nice.
His face is weird. It's just weird seeing his face. I think that's what I mean to say.
Mm-hmm. No.
Speaking of weird, there's a blue-haired person behind me.
Some of the faces behind the chat is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. And that is pretty cool that you're interviewing not just YouTube content creators, but YouTube, the participants, the people who... The Commander Darklight is huge in this community. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. All right, is it Stefan or is it Kevin? You let me know, Mr. Paul. The Dan interview will give a boom. Absolutely. Yeah, that one will... I mean, he's got, 410 bazillion subscribers now, so that'll give you a bit of a boost.
Yeah, I think I will. Or it will. So, I mean, I'm still looking forward to some of the other ones coming up, which I think will be...
Who else do you have?
Cool. All right, so from the community, I still I'm waiting for Sir Little Wolf. He's going to he's trying to find some time. Oh God, I got to look at my Discord to find out who else. There's Fohammer.
Nobody cares about Fohammer.
Team's supposed to be next week sometime.
That's cool.
I'm waiting for FTFE. He's also a busy guy, so he's also going to be, I think, in the next couple of weeks is what he said he would be happy to do it. I got MC Tune coming up next week on Tuesday. Let's see. Then just some other people from the chat so far. I'm still waiting on some replies. I've got leads out to that chapter, who is just freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever seen his content. He does like murder mystery type things. Pretty cool.
That's cool.
I've got a couple other people that do reactions that I watch or whatever, because like reaction to music videos and that kind of thing.
That's cool.
So I'm still waiting for some replies. But...
What is that popular one? The one that Seek Truth, Speak Truth was on about. What is your name?
Don't know.
Chat, help me out. I know you guys know. Daryl says, after Dan, you should interview the gate guy.
The gate guy?
Yep.
Oh, from Dan's channel, the guy that had the fucking camera on the gate. Oh, God. That guy was dumb as fuck. Hopefully, we're talking about the same person. I don't even know.
And Kevin. He tells me that team has got paint on, and he does, and I don't really know what's going on there because I don't have the chat opened either.
He's broken out the paint for something. Oh, great.
Yeah,
I know
that's dangerous.
Yeah, right. He's going to be doing some Karen videos, I think he said, after he was done talking with JL. So I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be doing that, but I know he does have his After Dark things coming up after that.
Yeah. Team is at the plot hole. Is it Sushi? Oh, no. I know. What is her name? My kids watch her. What is her name? What is that goofy one that you watch that reacts to videos and whatnot? What is that? What is her name? With the glasses. SS Sniper Wolf. That's the one.
I don't know who that is, unfortunately.
She's a YouTube person who is popular because she's pretty. That's all I'm gonna say. I've never really watched her stuff, so she may be brilliant. I have no idea. I see my kid watching her, and her voice is kind of annoying.
Oh, gosh.
Tina Jones says, I think Team is explaining entropy. Oh, man, I can just see how that's going to turn out with MS Paint. Oh, man. That's funny.
All right. I don't know. I'm going to probably hop off of the stream here and just go into chat. So, yeah. I don't know unless you got anything else for me. I don't know.
Sniper Wolf, she's funny, gets boring after a while, though. Yeah, I can see that. No, I mean, like I said, I was just kind of wanted to chat with you about your interviews, and I'm looking forward to the Arn Raw, looking forward to the Simon Dan. Well, I'm looking forward to all of them, really, because like I said, it's definitely stuff that I've always been interested in, and I'm glad you're doing it.
Cool. That's awesome, man. I appreciate the support from this whole community. Everybody, everybody's been like, damn, that's a good idea.
Yep.
And it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool.
So I look forward to it. And yeah, all the time. Let me know when you got the next ones coming out so I can watch them, because YouTube notifications don't fucking work.
Yeah, they suck. But in about at 9:30 p.m. our time, is when the Iron Raw thing should be.
All right, cool.
So if you're there, cool. If you're still doing the live thing, it is what it is, man.
Well, I'll wrap it up here soon. Just send some people over that way.
Yeah. No biggie, my man. All right, I'll disconnect off this, but I'm going to still watch you in chat here.
Cool.
All right.
Cheers, man. PhD Tony, there he is. Yes, I fucking can D Tony. Oh man, that was a good one. Let's see here. You know what, Tony? We could get you on here if you're available. If you're available. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm going to send you a link just because Tony, you're one of my favorite people. All right. Anyway, so PhD Tony's in the chat. It's good. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun getting you guys riled up a little bit, you and JL, because you are very passionate. Both of you are very passionate about your beliefs or your ideas and whatnot. Flat Derp. Oh boy, Flat Derp is in the house. I better be careful what I say. I better go robot. Aaron seems like a cool guy, and I love his science content, says historical philosopher. He does seem like a really cool guy, and I do like the fact that he's very controlled, except when he got into that Nathan Thompson thing. That's the only thing I didn't really particularly care for. You have to know what Nathan Thompson is going to do. You have to know his tactics. even if you agree to, even if well, I'll agree to do that if I'll agree to do it if that Nathan Thompson's he's not going to stick to his agreement. So there's that. PSG Tony, I sent you a link in the Beardsman chat room. That's still kind of a scary thing going on over at Team Skeptics thing. I don't know what's going on over there. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I do like Arn Raw. I do like how he explains his positions. He generally keeps it pretty level. Gives a lot of information. He should never have gone on with Thompson. I agree. I think even if Nathan Thompson did stick to what he said he was going to stick to, I just don't think it's worth Arn Raw's time to debate Nathan Thompson. I don't think it's really worth anybody's time to debate Nathan Thompson, honestly. But somebody like an Arn Raw or a Professor Dave or a Simon Dan or something, this is really not worth their time because they have zero to gain. Absolutely nothing to gain from making Nathan Thompson look like a fool. He's explaining how an engine works now. Password error. What? I don't like that. Maybe it's a capital. I don't know. Try capital there. It should have worked. Stupid OBS. Let's see here. Yeah, it should work. Let's see here. I got a puppy. Got a puppy over here. Is it still giving you a hard time, Tony? Try that again. It's a new link. Maybe that'll work. Oh. There it is. Fat fingered it, Tony. Sorry, Tony. I gave you the wrong password. It's all me. All right. Enjoy you all. Got stuff to do. Don't forget to give the plot hole a thumbs up and suggestions for the next live stream. Thanks, Ma. I'll be there sometime in March for certain. Historical philosopher says modern day debate is a terrible show anyway. That would platform that no good POS Thompson is shit in my book. I agree. I've never been a huge fan of James in modern day debate. I don't think that I don't want to talk shit about James and what he does. I don't think he's the best moderator. I don't like the way that he runs his debates because he doesn't moderate. If he moderated the debates, it'd be one thing, but he's there for a show, and I appreciate that. I mean, I'm here for a show. Whenever I have debates, of course I want to give a show, but I would like for them to be a little bit more structured. I think you can still give a good debate show and still be structured and still have moderation. Agree to disagree. They do a great job at it. I think I do a pretty okay job. I haven't had a debate here in a while, but we'll see what happens. So password is Washington, D.C. Oh, shit. That is not the password. Good evening, Thor. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Let's see here. Is it still not working for you, Tony? Did I break it? Do I need to make a new room? You let me know. Anyway. Well, if Tony can get it figured out, if we can get it figured out, I'll bring Tony on. If not, it's cool. It's all good. Kind of curious to hear what Tony has to say about what's going down tomorrow. Oh my goodness, there's that blue-haired girl again. Just not working on still getting an invalid password. Okay, I'll just make a new room. Hang on, Tony. I'll make us a new room. Stupid machina. If a debate is arranged just for a dumpster fire, I don't want to watch. Exactly. I don't. I mean, whenever I hold a debate, I want there to be an actual, an objective to the debate. There's moderation. There needs to be. It just has to be. We gotta, again, structure, and it doesn't need to be. Well, it's just throw a bunch of fire in here. Hang on a second. Let me get this room done. All right, here you go, Tony. New link incoming, and the password is 1. I told everybody, but they don't have the link, so ha 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 ha. There we go. I broke it. I probably did break it. Let's see here. Yeah, I got a new room, Tony. So let me know. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't work, then we'll just burn this damn bus to the ground. So I take it you don't watch FTFE debates. I don't, and it's not because I don't enjoy or I don't want to support fight, but I haven't. I mean, his debates come on at a weird time for me. I'm usually cooking dinner for the kids or working at work or whatever, so I don't really get a whole lot of time now to hop on his debates. So there's that. There's Tony. All right. Let me get you in here on this. And then boom, boom. There's that. And we should have Tony any second now. There's Tony. Let's see. Can we hear Tony?
Probably help if I talked.
There he is. I believe I can hear you, and I believe they should be able to hear you as well. So boom. So Tony will be on here in a second, and of course I think I'm buffering. Nope, we're good. Yeah, historical philosopher. I don't watch FTFE's debates. I don't like dumpster fires just for the sake of dumpster fires, and his show comes on a little bit at odd hours for me. But I will from time to time hop in when they're doing their what is it called? Dungeons and Dragons thing, just because I like watching nerds nerd. Everybody says they can hear you, so we're good. We're good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Alien X is going to do well, simply because he's such a nice guy to talk to.
He has a lot of he picked my brain for a little bit. He sent me a message and whatnot. I said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this interview show. What he was like, well, what kind of questions, and should I give the questions to the people beforehand and all this message? No. A, yes, you should do it. B, don't give them the questions because you want honest answers. If there's a question that you have that they don't want to answer, they're going to say, hey, I'd rather not answer that, or I'll just whatever. That's fine. But don't give them the questions beforehand. Get the honest answers.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it, and it's interesting. It's just an interesting way of getting sort of more in depth with the content creators. This is one of the formats that one of the strengths of sort of YouTube is this chat fallback and this feedback between the audience and the content makers.
Right.
It's kind of nice to sort of get you have information out there so you can better relate to the content providers that you're perhaps interested in. So
yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah, it was a really good idea. Daryl M says, PhD Tony, only tennis talk today, not the other sport. So I hear something happened.
Yes.
Something bad happened.
Bad is perhaps a little bit strong. Something that I was not particularly happy about, but it was a sporting contest between India and Australia. It was the final test of the series, and India, despite having atrociously bad luck throughout the series, I mean, they just suffered injury after injury after injury. throughout the game, and they were down to third string players by the end. But despite that, they managed a heroic victory against Australia. They managed to pull out quite an impressive draw in the third test, and then they managed to win the fourth test, win the series, and they didn't even need to win. They only needed a draw to retain the trophy, but they won. And one of the things about Test cricket is that particularly over a long series, the better team is going to win. And I kind of think that it's sort of setting the standard that India is just the world power that everybody needs to be afraid of as far as cricket is concerned. But there you go.
See, this is why baseball is better than cricket, because stuff like that doesn't happen in baseball ever. I say this as a Texas Rangers fan who went through the 2011 World Series. And the George says, I left MC Tunes stream for this. Feels special. I do feel special. Thank you for hanging out with me.
I also left MC Tunes stream. I started out on Teams, and then there was some sort of, I don't know. I just got a bit bored. Went over to MC Tunes, and that got boring too. The guy he's got on there, man, what a piece of work that guy is.
He's he's out there, from what I understand.
He very much. And
he's a concave earther, right?
Well, it's hard. I think he was. I think actually there was a change in the schedule, and he just got in a flat earther. But basically, it's certainly he was arguing that the Earth was flat, not concave. But he was just arguing that all of science was wrong, and he was the only person who really understood science, or one of the very few people who understood science.
Of course, and he's got training in science because he's spent 30 plus years in the field of science, right?
I'm not sure what his background was, but I actually find that rather difficult to believe, Mr. Smart. But yeah, it really he was just a contrarian. When MC Toon brought up scientific papers, he'd criticized them for not having photos of the machinery, but only having cartoons. And then his entire argument was based around these rather crappy cartoons he drew that got the basic physics wrong. And then he denied that there was such a thing as a margin of error, but he wanted a 6 mile long pipe. And I don't know what his explanation was going to be about how this would prove the shape of the Earth. The pipe's going to deform. Materials, we think of steel pipes as very rigid, not undergoing any flexure whatsoever. They're not. And they will deform under their own weight if you make them long enough. The shape of the pipe is going to depend on how you support the pipe. So the argument that the pipe is going to be flat, just completely incorrect. But, what does he know?
What does he know? Not a damn thing. So historical philosopher says, as a Boston Red Sox fan, I have to disagree. Baseball has become unwatchable. Well, if you're a Red Sox fan, yeah, I would say the same thing. Daryl M says, sorry, can't watch something called the World Series when only one country plays in it. That is not entirely accurate. So if you look at the population of baseball, we have more than just one country represented. There are Canadians, there are Americans, or North America, or United States of America, USA people. There are Puerto Ricans, but I know that's the same thing. Mexicans, there are Cubans, we have Japanese, there are players from all over the world.
Koreans, Hondurans.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, in that sense, it would be. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying there, but I think it's a little more.
There is a separate championship called the World Championship of the World
Championship of
Is
baseball.
it of baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where national teams play.
Right.
But it's in Daryl, I know, is Australian, and we had a thing called World Series Cricket, for a long time, and it consisted of every year we got 3 different teams in.
And Daryl M. really quick says teams from only one country. That is also incorrect. We do have one team from Canada.
From Canada, yeah.
Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, historical philosopher says FO, and I'm pretty sure I know what those stand for. I was a Red Sox fan when they came back. No, I mean I wasn't really a Red Sox. I rooted for the Red Sox when I played the Yankees back in 2004 when they came back from being down 0-3 because fuck the Yankees. So you've been busy. You're all over the place, PhD Tony.
Yes, I'm in transition between 2 jobs at the moment, and so I've been around a bit this week. Had a discussion with Rad Vlad.
Yeah, I saw that.
Managed not to yell at him.
Yes, you did.
Too much.
Yeah. I'm glad you qualified that. Daryl M says, "Stop bringing in facts when I'm trying to have a whinge." Sorry, Daryl. Yeah, but I saw that with Rad Vlad, and as soon as I saw that you were taking Demon's space because Demon had what did he say? He said he had a period or something.
I think he used the euphemism hay fever.
Oh.
But now that it's out there, I will concede that that's probably a more accurate. That's probably simply a more plausible explanation for what happened.
But as soon as I saw that you were stepping in to take that seat, I was like, oh boy, I had to watch because I knew it was coming. I knew the PhD Tony atom bomb was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna happen a lot sooner, but Rad Vlad wasn't as bullish as he'd been in previous debates.
Well, I think he was sort of taken a bit off balance by the whole idea of none of this argues against the existing your religious beliefs, and he wanted to he kind of views them all as bundled up, that they're all connected. I don't see the logical connection. The Earth, even if the Earth were flat, it's not. Even if it were, it wouldn't prove the existence of God, right?
Right.
Certainly not the existence of the Christian God. So it's it just said, but he's got them very much tied up in his own mind. But whatever.
Yeah.
At a particular point, it just got to where he was just making a series of completely unfounded assertions.
That seems to be his shtick, right? He has. My whole issue with Brad Vlad, other than the fact that he's an idiot, is that he doesn't know how to debate. He doesn't know how to form a position. He like, oh, I read this thing here, so I'm going to bring this up, and I'm just going to bring this up as fact, regardless of what the thing says. So, and his ability to debate, he's stepping in, and I'll give him that. He's got the stones to step in. Yeah, I saw that. He's got the stones to step into some big debate arena and take on some of the heavy hitters when it comes to debating and debating style. Really quick, I've got a new member, Thor Rasmussen. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. He is now part of the crew. It's awesome. But he just doesn't know what he's doing. I've got to say that Irish Demon is would probably have been a better sparring partner because Demon isn't as versed when it comes to debate either. Now, I'm not saying that anything negatively against Demon. I think that would have been a better fit.
Yeah, it would have been a sort of more even match, I guess, because he just completely ignored the points that I brought up, about the distances and the topology of points on on Earth's surface, and he just refused to engage with it at all. And for those that didn't watch the debate ended up going for 4 hours, and I didn't have lunch in that time, and for a long time I managed to control my temper, but just when he started talking over me and just started making blunt assertions that invited no opportunity for discussion, I lost my rag a little bit. And some people tune in precisely to see me lose my temper.
Well, so we know it's going to happen with flat earthers. We just don't know when or why. And it's always fun when it does happen, because you have this really calm, cool, collected persona, and you communicate science just so matter of factly. I mean, obviously because you've been doing this shit for millennia. And when you do get set off, that's like, oh yeah, that's like the pay. That's the payoff for all of us who watch these debates with you. It's like, yes, we knew it was going to happen, and everybody had their fingers on the pulse, right? So we're watching this debate happen, and then Vlad became more and more Vlad, and I'm thinking, oh fuck yes, here it comes, Tony's. It's going to happen. Let's start the countdown.
Well, yeah, no, I feel he just sort of the debate kept on going. I kind of wished it could have ended a little bit sooner before I went off, but I didn't go off anywhere near as badly as I did on JL.
That I got.
Sorry, JL. That was
that was pretty good.
But
that one was unexpected. I got to say, I was taken aback by that for a second, because I'm here trying to corral you two a little bit, and all of a sudden it was like boom! It was like, holy shit! We just got a Tony. We got a Tony. Yes.
The strange woman who is accusing me of hating winners.
I was
in
just
the
about
chat,
to get there. Yeah.
Whom I've never met before. But she accurately points out that I got my ass spanked by Vlad in the debate the other day. Yes. She has mentioned. Now I've lost my lie, because I'm about to say I don't know who Jessica G is, but I know she mentioned stuff. So complete fabrication falls apart. I'm lousy at this shit. But she was pointing out that actually there's an offset. So it sounds to me like it sounded to me like I was being talked over a lot in that exchange, and JL was saying you can't say that. You just can't say that, and to some extent it's a pointless argument. The point where I blew up was the argument that the Capitol riots only happened because of the pandemic. Well, that's a post facto rationalization, and it's impossible to actually experimentally dissect.
Right.
The pandemic happened and the riots happened. But that doesn't support the logical connection that JL drew between the two events.
Right. Nor does anecdotal evidence support that. Yeah.
And
Jessica, you're one of my favorite people. Now, Jessica G says, I have a question for the guy who hates winners at the plot hole. Since he obviously has an expertise in not liking winning, is he friends with JL last place?
On occasion, JL and I do hang out with JL last place. And I guess, but I mean that is, and I do have an innate dislike of winners, like Conor McGregor, that sort of person. Because to me, I prefer people who can lose gracefully, as opposed to people who have the talent to win and are actually confident in their ability to win.
Right.
Which somehow seems arrogant, even though I adopt the same attitude kind of intellectually. But yeah, JL does have some winners around him, though. I'm not sure if Jessica is aware of JL's Week in Horror podcast, but he does have a winner, at least one winner on most streams.
That's true.
I'm going to say at least one. Yeah.
At least one winner, yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see here. There was a question for you up here. I will need to find it. Let me find it here. It said, where'd it go? Where'd it go? And the George said, no, I missed it. I'm not finding it. So, oh, here it is. I'm sorry we won't be playing D&D together. Don't worry, I avenged Pakal. There you go.
Yes, there was too much winning being done by the D&D people. No, unfortunately, with the transition between positions, that time slot is going to be very difficult for me to maintain.
So what do you see? You mentioned this is the second time you mentioned you're transitioning into a new job. So you're no longer going to be a glacial isostatic adjustment guy?
To start out, I'm going to be focusing on analysis of satellite gravimetric observations. So,
damn it, that's a new thing I'm going to have to learn. Son of a bitch.
So satellite gravity missions, in particular, the Grace follow-on mission, I'll be involved in data processing of the. So there are a small number of centers around the world that do analysis of the Grace follow-on data, and I'll be working with one of those. And in the my boss really wants me to focus on that before returning to the GIA element later on.
What's it like being a sought-after talent? I've never known what it's like to be a sought-after talent. So you tell me, what is it like? You're that good at your job that they want you to work on something that's a mission. That's pretty impressive.
It is very flattering. It's what leads into imposter syndrome, that you don't feel that you deserve that necessarily. But I have some technical skills. Dumb that shit down for us. So, I don't know. I can explain in more detail using smaller words if people are interested. But basically, the Grace missions consist of pairs of satellites, and the pairs of satellites move around the Earth, and they fire this laser backwards and forwards between them to measure the distance. And I'm going to do this with 2 erasers, but say they're going along like this, and there's a heavy mass over to the right somewhere. Then that mass is going to pull that lead satellite away.
I wonder why.
It's going to go.
I wonder why that would happen.
Then as it passes over, it's actually going to slow that down, and so the rear satellite is going to catch up, and then as it gets past, the lead satellite is the rear satellite is going to be slowed more by the mass pulling it back, and so the lead satellite is going to stretch out again, and so you get this. If you look at the range, the range between the two, it goes down and then it goes back up again. It's got this weird shape, like that, and you can look at the rate of change, and you can look at the acceleration of the range, and from analyzing those, you can tell where the masses are on Earth's surface. So we use this to sort of reconstruct where material is on Earth's surface and near Earth's surface. So, stuff like heavy rainfall, floods, even earthquakes, you can detect the gravitational signature of a large earthquake because the faults have moved. You can see the change in.
That was going to be what I was going to ask you. What is the end game? What do we wish to learn from this mission?
So one of the GRACE stands for Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment. So basically, the thing we're most interested actually is at surface water. Mass loss from ice sheets, mass gain by the oceans, where there is groundwater, where there isn't groundwater, where we are accumulating groundwater, where we are losing groundwater, that sort of thing. This is what these missions are going to be able to tell us. So it's kind of a way of looking at the impacts of climate change, but also the where water resources, what's happening with our water resources. Yeah.
And so this is more climate change science research.
This is related. This is related to climate change processes. Yeah. So there's it's not directly a climate science field, but it is used by people trying to assess the effects. For instance, how fast are the ice sheets melting? That's still, we're still working that out. We're still trying to. It's hard. It's difficult to remain composed. Really while reading the chat. Perhaps I just shouldn't.
Don't worry, I'll read it for you.
Please do.
Jessica G says, at the plot hole, honest question for the guest. How many times has he received a wedgie in his life? We all know at least 20 to 30 times, so tell him to be honest.
So I will confess here that wedgies are not such a big thing in the Australian school system, or they weren't when I went through it. So relatively few. In fact, zero. If I'm being specific. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't a fair share of contempt and disdain for weak-ass nerds.
Weak-ass nerds, I like that. Thor, thank you. Interesting stuff. Yeah, it's always fun to have Tony on talking about the meat and potatoes of what he does with his actual training and experience and expertise in science, unlike these other people who think they know everything there is to know about science and can barely spell the word. Frisia Me says, PhD Tony has a particular set of skills acquired over a very long career.
I do, yes, but I sir am no Liam Neeson. That's if you do want to laugh at any point, find the YouTube video of Seth MacFarlane doing that monologue in Kermit the Frog's voice.
Yeah, it was on what's his name show, the Graham Norton show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it is hilarious. It's just.
So Kevin Paul says, I do believe you should see that as a challenge accepted for when the beards would meet up. So Kevin Paul says, I'm going to give you a wedgie, but here's the thing: I am not digging my hand down anybody's pants. Yeah,
it doesn't work as well now that I'm wearing diapers. It's very unhygienic to mess with those. So,
really,
you should. Yeah.
And I've changed all the diapers I want to change. So there we go. Yeah. So you've got your live stream with Professor Phil Bell Thursday, right? Thursday evening.
Yeah, Thursday evening your time, Friday morning my time. Yeah.
I look forward to that. Those are always fun.
Hopefully, hopefully Phil will be able to make it this week. But we'll see. You think I'm in demand? People are beating down his door to get him to do stuff.
Yeah, but he's not working on a mission that involves satellites. So there.
Yes, he is.
Damn it, PhD Tony, I'm trying to throw you a bone here.
Phil's speciality is calculating and implementing transitions from initial orbits to the final orbits. So
he works. So you would say he works on all the satellites.
Yes, he's a more general satellite a satellite person. So he's got familiarity with sort of getting the satellites up into their sort of initial position, but then there's an amount of maneuvering that is required to get them into the final orbit that is wanted.
See, this is why flat earthers should just not do what they do. Let's see here. Oh, where'd it go? More serious note, I could listen to Tony talk about what he does for hours on end, but it would have to be explained with dumbass in mind. Tina Jones says, gonna miss the rest of this. It is bath time. I leave it running, though. Good night. Well, Tina, have a good bath.
Good night, Tina.
Yeah, have a good bath. Those are always fun. I have to soak, what is that, Epsom salt for my knees and whatnot every now and again because, sports injuries and just general dumbassness.
Yeah, you got to look after your knees.
It's true. I work on my knees all day, so got to take care of them. You'll
miss them when they're gone.
That's true. I was told that I very young actually. When I was 16, 17, the doctors told me that A, I shouldn't play sports because my knees were jacked up, and B, that if I did play sports, I'd probably have to have both of my knees replaced by the time I was 40. Well, I'm 40 and I still have both of my regular knees. No bionic knees yet. So there we go.
Well,
Mini plot hole looks like she needs a seat. Yeah, she does need a seat in her room so she can go to sleep because she has school in the morning. Yep. So this whole bad knees thing. What happened? This dog over here.
He got some of his hair in his mouth.
I got hair in his mouth. Oh, sorry, dog. Sorry, pups. Okay, did you finally see my demonstration?
Your demonstration.
That tells me everything I need to know. You did not see it.
I saw your most recent unpopular opinions. Am I missing stuff in your stream again?
You probably. It's okay. It's okay.
You opened up with the fuck old people and women. Yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah,
there was no demonstration in that.
It's the last Dingleberries episode.
Okay, all right. I haven't caught up with your Dingleberries later on. Actually, just remind me, what was the demonstration? Because I did catch up with the Dingleberries.
It was the
episode on everything.
It was a video I was supposed to do for Huge Arse, but the lens that I ordered got lost and didn't get here in time to be able to do it. It was the extreme fisheye lens. To show them that a fisheye lens isn't going to take something that is flat and level and turn it into a ball.
Yeah, they're being intellectually dishonest about that. They just they don't, like everything, they don't bother to actually process what they're seeing. So if a fisheye lens were being used for this, it would affect everything in frame. And if, for instance, you're inside the gondola of a balloon, you can detect the distortion of the image, or you can detect the distortion of the lines that are running across the image, etc., etc. It's a I'm not sure if you caught up with Mr. Sensible's second encounter with Kyle Adams from the Flat Earth Institute of Science.
I didn't. That guy irritates me.
Yeah. Well, basically, he ended up accepting some of Mr. Sensible's arguments and then saying, "But I don't believe that that's true, and I think that my explanation is better than the explanation that it's the curvature of the Earth." And I don't know if Kyle watches your show, but if he does, allow me to repeat my advice to him. Kyle, if you are ever tempted to begin a sentence with the words "I think," just stop.
Yep.
Just do not do that, because you don't. You probably believe that you do think, but you don't do it with any competence, rigor, or talent. Leave the thinking to other people, and get on with I don't know, whatever it is that you do to justify your existence.
I like how he says that he has a degree in science, and it's a degree in art.
Yes.
It's not even the same thing.
Not at all. I don't understand how this even works. I don't understand what the institution is thinking, throwing a diploma with science on it to somebody who's doing a fine arts degree. No, that's fine arts. It's not a science.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand that. Are we sure it's a real diploma?
I see no reason to doubt him when he says that it's a real diploma.
I do. It's an art degree that says science.
Well, some institutions just have crappy standards. I forget. I forget which state he's even from. Actually,
Infancy.
Yeah, denial, certainly.
Yes. He's an Egyptian. He lives in a river of denial. Jesus, that was terrible. It's almost as bad as the old English joke.
Mm-hmm. That only makes sense when I see it written down.
Yes.
And even then, it's not a joke.
No, it's not, and that's the whole idea.
It's just punishment. This is extortion. I've said it before. I've said it again. This is simple, basic extortion.
It is.
Patronize me, or I will torture you.
Exactly.
That's how it comes down.
And as if on cue, Streamlabs just put "become a patron here." Oh man. So yeah. Historical philosopher says, "I'm not even sure he has a degree. He was asked basic art history questions by a person in the chat, and he didn't know the answers to them." Yeah, that was kind of weird too. That was a little weird. I don't understand how you're going to have that much, confidence in your degree, and you can't answer basic questions.
Well, I think I was the one who asked him what Dadaism is, and he was completely unable to answer.
Yeah.
It's a, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't understand what the purpose of the diploma is. This guy can draw. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. He can draw and perhaps paint a little bit. He's very proud of at least one of his paintings. I don't think it's that good. It's certainly not interestingly composed, and I think that it's executed competently, but not with any astonishing skill.
I'm pretty proud of one of my paintings. This one here, it's on the screen. Here in a minute, you'll be able to see it. It takes a second. I forget there's a gigantic.
It does. But certainly, I think that the young, give the young potholes a few years, and they'll be, well, there you go. I actually quite like that too. To me, I think that looks better than Carl's painting. But I don't see why anybody reaches the conclusion that just because they can draw a picture, we should listen to their opinions on what is or is not science.
Yeah.
And indulge them in the delusional belief that there exists a major portion of society that is engaged in some pointless fraud.
I just don't understand why. I don't understand why Flat Earth got so much traction. I just don't understand. That to me, that's like the biggest thing that boggles my mind is how something so demonstrably false could get so much traction. I mean, there are other, and I get the whole idea. Well, it's it's because it's the conspiratorial mindset, but there are so many other things that you can be conspiratorially behind or believe in that aren't demonstrably false. That's just so stupid.
Excuse me. I think that it feeds into sort of, if you believe this, then you're smarter than the average person. You've got deeper insight. There's the whole sort of matrix style of you're seeing deeper levels of reality. You're seeing below the illusions that the average people are blindly accepting, and that has to be good for the ego, right? That has to feed in. To a person who isn't very successful, who hasn't achieved a lot, and all of a sudden they're told that they're special. They find an appreciative crowd, and they're given this positive reinforcement. That it's not that their lack of success is not through any failing of their own. It's because the dice are stacked against them. That there's a grand conspiracy that's out to oppress them. So you can see you can sort of see the how that might appeal to a particularly vulnerable class of individuals. It is just surprising because I would have thought that the existence of GPS in and of itself would simply answer the question.
Right.
How do we know what shape the Earth is? Well, we can plot all of the GPS receivers, and we can give their coordinates in we can give their Cartesian coordinates, and sure enough, they describe the surface of a slightly distorted oblate spheroid.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so Historical Philosopher says, I mean, if you ask me basic questions about history or political science, I would damn sure know the answer. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you've got a degree in, I have a degree in English. There are a lot of questions I can answer about the English language. There are going to be some stuff, some of the more philosophical stuff, some of the other, whatever. Yeah, that I'll need to look at a little more, but the nuts and bolts, of the subject. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you, Historical Philosopher. Chris Durham Music Channel says people who teach art get a bachelor of science in art. People who become artists get a bachelor of arts in art. Okay, that makes sense. So basically, he has a degree that says he can teach how to draw. I got you.
Okay.
Historical Philosopher says that's really good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Free Shami says you bought the Bob Ross kit. I didn't buy the Bob Ross kit, but I did grow up listening to Bob Ross, watching a lot of Bob Ross. So that's where I think that was one of his specials. That particular painting, it was an exercise in value. So you're only allowed to use 3 colors: white, black, and Prussian blue. That was it. But yeah,
it's a. I have no artistic ability. In addition to my strong philosophical objection to people who win. It's one of my major failings. I don't have any musical ability or artistic ability to speak of, just not something that I ever developed. I'm sure anybody who heard me sing the Wombles theme song on the Four Beardsmen the other day is still probably traumatized by the experience. But it's so I'm always impressed by people who do have that sort of ability. I really do respect the other talents that people have.
Yeah, that's I myself am artistically inclined, musically inclined, but I can't sing to save my life. So people who can, piss on them. I'm kidding. I actually enjoy a good singer. I'm pretty sure everybody between the ages of 30 and 65 grew up watching Bob Ross. Yeah, that's probably true. It was one of the few things on television that you could watch for half an hour and not have to worry about seeing or hearing or doing anything that was scary or bad or violent. It was an excellent way to spend half an hour for certain.
So in this particular context, the word everyone refers to Americans. Is that the...
I wanted to say that he was syndicated overseas, but I don't think so. I'm probably not. I'm probably remembering that wrong. He was on PBS on public.
I had no idea who the hell Bob Ross was until I moved to the US. So.
Fair enough. Bob Ross and Julie Child. Yep, one taught you how to cook, one taught you how to paint. Catnip says, I still have nightmares, Tony. Thank you. You know what? Alien X, is your premiere going on now? I meant to end this stream so people can go check out your premiere. Damn it, I wanted to check it out. Let's see here. Yeah, it's going on right now. You know what? Let's all say goodbye so you can go over to Alien X. So Kevin Paul says he's in UK. I grew up with Bob. Okay. There we go. Did you take a look at Riven Phoenix YouTube? I did not. Jessica G. Bob Ross is the winner. PhD Tony, you wouldn't know much about those kinds of people. Man, it has 15 minutes left. I'm sorry, Alien. I meant to pop out of here and send everybody over there. I didn't get the damn notification. Thank you, YouTube. I just got into chatting with good old PhD Tony here. You know what? It's about that time anyways. It's almost 10 o'clock. It went on for an hour and a half. That's good enough for me. Nobody really wants to hear me talk for longer than an hour and a half. That's why I have musical breaks on the plot hole. That way I can give myself a break, give you a break, give you guys something to listen to that you actually want to hear. So there you go. PhD Tony, right. Yeah, check him out. He's on the Beardsman. We're actually going to be on your channel this Sunday. Be sure to tune into that.
Absolutely.
And then PhD Tony will be, hopefully we'll have his rocket science for morons on Thursday evening, Friday morning, depending where you are in the old globe. That should be fun with Professor Phil Bell. I will have Dingleberries and Klingons coming out Friday, and then we're going to be talking about a very special Dingleberry. Pastor Greg Locke is making his second reappearance. It's going to be a lot of fun. So there we are. Yeah, a lot of fun. I fucking hate that guy, and I have no problem throwing shit at him and calling him a Dingleberry. So there we go. Jessica G says, the plot hole is a winning show. The guest probably dislikes that show as well. Oh, Jessica G, you're one of my favorites. All right, so everybody say good night.
Good night.